Let me guess, you spotted a problem in the market, came up with a solution idea, and decided to build it. Fast forward a few months, you got a product and you're trying to get users on board, but something is happening. The product seems to have no traction. You try to promote using social media ads, recommending to family and friends, and even spamming Discord servers and subreddits, but still nothing. A lot of people will give you generic advice, things like you need to spend more money on that, or your website needs to look more polished. So you end up spending time in things that don't really move the needle, and the results are disappointing. But what if I told you that most of the time, the problem comes from the same three reasons? My name is David, and I spent the last years building a bunch of different software products, from complex B2B solutions to customized mobile apps. In my journey, I've seen plenty of founders trying to build very different products, but all share one simple thing. After some time, they need to start getting users, and only a small percentage manages to do so. But why? What do they do differently? Most of the time, they get three things right. They get the value right, they get the usability right, and they get the growth strategy right. What do we mean by getting the value right? It's not about the price tag you put on your product. It's about something even more straightforward than that. Is the problem you're solving important enough? Believe me, if your problem is not as painful as you thought it was, users won't bother in trying or buying your solution. And it's not because of your product, but simply because there is not market for it. There are a million methods to figure if you got the value right. More on that later. But the key insight here is the following. Make sure you're focusing on a problem that's worth solving, or pivot to one that has an actual market. Let's say you got the value part right, but people still don't sign up or use your product. That is when we should focus on the usability. But what does that mean? It means that we have to make sure that whatever we put in front of the user, it's easy for them to understand. Believe me, it doesn't matter how painful it is for them, the problem you're trying to solve, if they can't figure out what they are saying and what they have to do next. There are methods to realize if you got the usability right, like user interviews or A/B testing. But remember, the key is to get users browsing smoothly in your solution. If they get stuck or have to ask questions to understand what's going on, then you will want to use that feedback to improve the product. Okay, let's say you are 100% sure you're tackling an important problem, and the usability tests gave very positive results, but you still see no traction. What is happening? At this point, you will want to review your growth strategy. It's composed by multiple parts, but initially I would focus on three: growth, driving users, channels, and positioning. The growth driving users are a specific kind of users that always want to be the first one to try a new product. You probably know a coworker, a friend, or family member that is just like that. They are always trying to get a taste of the last market innovation, that new AI feature that was released, the new iPhone model available on the market, or even the new restaurant that just opened last week. They tried it first before anyone else in their circle. But one thing is for sure, if they like your product, they will recommend it to a bunch of people. And that people will come and buy from you because they trust the taste and criteria of those innovators. So ask yourself, who are the innovators in your target market? Who are those who would love to be the first in their circle to try your product? Most of your sales will not come from these people. They represent only a small percentage of your target market. However, they are the ones who set the trend for the rest of the users, having your growth in the rest of the segments that are bigger and more profitable. So find your innovators and unlock the access to the rest of the users. Now, to find those innovators, there are two things to take into account: the channels in which you can find them, Reddit, Discord servers, industry conferences. And the second thing is the positioning of your product. When you pitch to them, do they relate to the words you're saying? What's their reaction? The wording needs to be fixed, or maybe the framing. Those two aspects of your growth strategy are key to find those first users. So, quick recap. If you're struggling to find your first users, you will want to check if you got the value right, if you got the usability right, and if you are targeting the users that set yourself up for future growth. Now, if you are not 100% sure you are getting all these things right, don't worry, because I have one-on-one product sessions to address this exact issue. In the sessions, I will work side by side with you, introducing different techniques and frameworks to review your product strategy and helping you to validate its different aspects, like getting right the value of the problem you're trying to solve, getting feedback about the usability and user experience, and identifying improvements for your growth strategy. I'll leave a link both in the description and the first comment of the video. If you found this video useful, I encourage you to subscribe and stay tuned, because more product and business content will be coming in the future. See you later.